Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. This is Starsector, and we are playing through the game. And I realized after the end of the last episode that we had picked up a ship from combat that we had grabbed after combat was over, and I never refitted that ship, so it's just kind of sitting out there. So we're going to return to this particular base and come in here. First of all, I'm going to move this into a position where it has some authority. I have said this, that I like this ship quite a bit. I'm going to refit it. And I don't even have, that's interesting. So does it have weapons on it? It is completely empty. It looks like I'm going to have to do this one on my own. Okay, well, it has capacitors and vents already set up, but we have no weapons on it yet. So let's go with medium energy first. From the black market, we can get an IR pulse laser. That doesn't sound terribly potent. Same thing here. Also, we're buying from the black market when we do that. Here we have some Gorgons. Let's see what those guys do. They are finishers. So they tend to put out a pretty hefty punch for what they are. Limited in ammo. I think we could probably grab one of those. And then the single torpedo puts out a lot of damage, but also kind of limited in its overall appeal. It's probably a finisher. It's not marked as a finisher. I would think it's a finisher. 200 versus armor, 50 versus shields. Hard to say, but we can go ahead and go with the Gorgon here. Let's see what we have for these small ballistics. Off the open market, we could get a couple of light autocannons. Let's go ahead and do that. We have the big ballistic at the back. The Vulcan cannon is an interesting one as well. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. I think we're going to try hitting another station, though, just to see what else we might be able to come up with. Only having the one to choose from there is not spectacular. So let's go ahead and, yeah, we don't even have a prototype to pull from for this guy. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll come back. We'll go back to, we're at Salamanca. We'll go over to Quarus, which is Pirate Run. That'll be fine. We'll see if they have anything they can sell us to put on this particular ship. Once we get a little bit away, we will go ahead and turn off the transponder. That should do it. Uh-oh, who do we have here? Pirates and pirates pursuing us. So hopefully we split the gap. We did. And we didn't escape that one, though. None of these guys like us right now. When we're tougher, they'll stay away from us. We're just not there yet. This is a hefty fleet. We can't defeat this guy. This is like everybody. So what we're going to do is disengage, and it should just let us finish going straight to the planet. We'll just have to figure out what to do when we leave. Okay. So first of all, they are at a loss on supplies, so not something we can really work with there, but we weren't really interested in doing that. We were more interested in doing a refit. If we have anything here we can go with. Okay. Let's see. Okay, they have a little bit better, a mining blaster. Okay, I guess that does some damage. It's quite a bit of flux. It's 1.5 flux per damage. That's pretty high, actually, but if that's what we've got, that's what we've got. Let's go ahead and load her up. Okay, we have the light autocannons. We did not refill this side. We'll go ahead and go with the harpoon. And then we have the two sides. We got this guy. Okay, we're full up now. So the other thing we could do is we could look at adding something. We could potentially have to drop some capacitors or something. Is there anything here that makes good sense? Flux distributor is already installed. A lot of times you'll want to put blast doors on or reinforced bulkheads. We're going to pass on those. The capacitor is really strong, and our vents are really good too. We're ahead of the curve here on vents. So we could just do this. And why don't we do that for now, and hopefully we come back later and find somewhere that has means to outfit this ship better. But let's come in here, auto confirm, and then we're hoping we can run this blockade It'll be close. So I want to set our destination from here. Make sure we have that. Was the Bola system, I believe, right? Show system info. I haven't done this. Create map intel marker. Interesting. Okay, that's maybe a way to mark your stuff that you know you end up wanting to deal with in the future, or kind of remember what was going on there. Let's go ahead and check the intel though. We can go to accepted, science team transport. They need to go to the Bola star system. So we could say show on map, and it'll show us that. And we'll just right click it, and here we go. Hopefully we can run this. Get going, get going. We did not run it. Although, it says they're neutral, so why do they want to talk? We're going to go ahead and just say leave. And hopefully, they're continuing to harass us. I'm going to just try to leave again. Okay, they peeled off. I think we're... Oh, let's sustain our burn. So now they're a little bit concerned about us, it looks like. They're kind of running up to us and then running away. That's good. Yeah. So we're a little stronger than they thought we were going to be. Kind of fishing with them there, I think. But there we go. Probably could have looked into trying to take them and maybe pick something up there, but we can come back and do that. Just remember what system we're in. It's the one with Salamanca. Okay, we have a much longer trip this time. We are 10 days out right now, 13, but I'm kind of swinging around so that we avoid, so who are these? Pirates fighting a strong scavenger group? That isn't the worst one to jump in on. I'm going to go ahead and pause, and let's see, hopefully we can get there soon enough. Okay, but we have to have our transponder on or they don't trust us. I think we can go ahead and make this one happen though. Even though that part of the battle looks like it's over, they're in bad shape. We can join this battle and probably finish them off. I would say more than probably. We will finish them off. So let's get some strength out there. Oh, why not? We'll do everything we got. Deploy them, and let's go. Here we come. The support of our allies. And this might get us a ship or two. Phased ships, these frigates, when they're phased, you can't hit them. They do a pretty good job. I'd like to include a couple of those in my fleet. Generally, your fleet, as far as I know, it can go up to 30 ships. You can have more, but you pay penalties. At 30 is the standard max size. Okay, I think we're going to have to assign some folks to go and kick some tail here, like this. Get them going. Do full assault too. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I think we're in really good shape here for a full assault. There we go. And where was I? I was talking about something, and then I realized I needed to assign some stuff. The phase ships. Yeah, 30 is your max fleet size for the most part. I do like having a couple of those because they can kind of really mess with the enemy, get behind them, and keep them off guard. Uh-oh, we lost one of ours. The Mud Skipper. Didn't intentionally bring that one into the game. That was probably a misclick on my part. I thought it was a frigate. But we should be able to get it back. There's still one out here? Nope. Yep, maybe. We are burning. Way up here. That's quite a ways off. I think we're going to be okay to hit escape, claim victory. We're going to perform salvage. And we do want to consider ship recovery because we lost one of our own. It was the Hellbore frigate. I'm a little surprised in that. I thought those were a little tougher. And he's up to 5 D-mods. Maybe we swap him for this guy. I think I'm going to do that. Save the story point. Frigate for frigate. Okay, we made 600 credits. Not a ton. You'll see this number go up quite a bit, 5 digits. I don't know if it'll go above that. I've seen 12,000, 14,000 payouts for these kinds of battles. The real reward is getting yourself some in situ supply and fuel when you really, really need it. We don't really, really need it this time, but it's here. That almost filled us up. We only have 4 units of fuel left to fill. So that's why I shift click or right click, control clicked there. And then the rest of these shouldn't be a problem. We've got a lot of space for the most part. All right, we're going to hit A to go back to the auto pilot to take us where we need to go. We swung quite a bit south here, didn't we? I didn't realize that. Oh, we want to turn this back on. Sustained burn. Going to go right through these storms. I didn't want to do that exactly, but okay. Clear sailing again. I like that better. I think that was a distress call. Usually you're going to want to reply to those. If I was not in the middle of a mission that I want to make sure I get done in a time frame, I probably would have replied to that. I'm not going to this time. When you see those, your best bet is to go to the innermost jump point so the innermost warp point. This is a fringe warp point. Probably would go to like this one, the inner system jump point. When it says, you know, this is the beta RAN system. If it said beta RAN system distress signal, you would go to the innermost point on that one, and a lot of times that's where the ship will be. I think that's effectively where it is supposed to be when it does that. Okay. All right, there are hostiles on the other side of this fence, so we're going to have to be careful. What do we got here? Remnants, they're hostile and they are strong, like super strong too. Where do these guys want to go? They want to go all the way over here to Tharos. Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to jump back to here. We're going to, oh, this isn't a jump point. We're going to have to book it. I'm going to try to come maybe over this way to get away from them. I don't want them to catch me. Okay, we're in good shape there. So we've been able to outrun them. That's good. That's a really, really strong fleet. Do not want to mess with that. And of course, we are on exactly the opposite side of the sun as to where we want to go, because it always works out that way. So we're just going to plan for roughly here. Get these guys where they want to be. More remnants, more strong remnants pursuing us. Not good, not good. It may be worth our while to kill the sustained burn and set a point up here and emergency burn away from them while we can. And then once sustained burn is available again, we're going to hit that. And we outlasted it, fortunately. This is not a good position to be in. Those guys are wicked strong. Oh, we're at our spot, so I need to come back in here and figure out how to get to here. Stronger fleet, it would make these look not as dangerous, I think. We can easily get a fleet that would be able to defeat that over time, not today, but over time. And I think those danger levels are relative to our current strength, because that doesn't look like a terribly powerful fleet to me. So keep that in mind. And here we go. There's our delivery. Scan the surface. Continue. 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 Oh boy. Help us, please, pleads the outpost leader through thickening halo static snow. You're our only... You consider your options. Rogue AIs are considered extremely dangerous. They are also extremely illegal throughout most of the sector. So confront them. Perform an orbital strike, but it puts humans at risk. Load the arranged shuttle with Marines to verify the situation, then capture or destroy the AI, or leave. This wasn't our contract. Interesting. Well, let's, I don't know, negotiate? Let's try negotiating. Your comms officer reopens a channel to the outpost and you confront the outpost leader with what you've discovered. The image of the broadly smiling scientists freezes, glitches, and distorts as the AI drops all pretense. Blocked 204, no, 257 comms system breach attempts, Captain. Your comms officer report whispers, now they've stopped. All right. Greetings, valued subject, Chad, Missouri, interrupt. So I guess it's supposed to like represent garbage or whatever coming over the frequency. Query to join we, us, them, ceremonial meal description or deception function. Assumed and okay. It's a choose your own adventure and Mad Libs kind of combined. Okay, noise patterns flow and weave across the comms display, solidifying for moments on something suggestive of a face before collapsing. Dissolving like storm systems on the lee side of a gas giant. Query Chad, Missouri, polite request, elaborate presumed offer. Attempt to negotiate the release. You pause for a moment considering, then explaining clear, simple language that the AI should release the researchers to allow them to board the shuttle you will send. You state that you have an armed fleet in orbit and only wish to see the situation resolved in a way that ensures the safety of all parties. Received. That's really hard to read out loud. Flagship our TMS Red Dwarf, negotiation asymmetric, agreed tactic, unpredictable escalation. Hostage life support systems deactivated now. Research staff 14 count. Mine death result soon. Demand manifest uploaded. You glance through the list of demands by the AI, a small transport shuttle, a few varieties of maintenance drones, 10 units of supplies, 5 units of heavy machinery, and 30 units of antimatter fuel. This type of shuttle can't make hyperspace, but there's no telling what the AI could do with this list of demands. I'm going to accept the terms. I could spend a story point and convince it to surrender. That might not be the worst thing. We have 8 story points now. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Gained 27,486 bonus experience. I need to check up on how bonus experience works. I don't think you immediately get it. I think it's like a multiplier to increase your rewards for experience until it is expended, and then it goes back to normal. But I'm not 100% sure on that. You consider the situation. This AI does not seem nearly so clever as you'd been led to believe it should be. Was it the subject of some experimentation or modification that removed much of the intellectual capacity? You suspect that the fresh batch of academicians will not be forthcoming with details, whether through ignorance or a simple human desire to not implicate themselves. This might be simpler than it appears. AI, I will bring you to Omega. Affirm. Stuff ends. Some minutes later, your comms officer is repeating attempts to reopen the comms channel while sensors run an active scan of the output site. Captain, we have a transmission from the surface. Captain, thank the stars. I think it's deactivated itself. This isn't some trick again, is it? No, you're too different. I have to believe you're real. I guess they've been Stockholm syndromed or something a little bit. An armed salvage team is dispatched to the surface to secure the AI core and rescue the outpost research team, etc., etc. The lead research is thankful for rescue, but refuses to explain why the AI core was active in the first place, or active in their base. Repeated statements of, I take full responsibility is all you get. There's nothing to do here but return them to Galatia Academy. Awesome. But we did gain a beta core. That's good. So we will perform a survey. Might as well. Oh, we don't have enough machinery. We need 50. We only have 32. So we're going to have to leave, not perform that. And there we go. All right. Well, it looks like our MO here. So this is one to maybe mark to say, hey, this had interesting stuff. Although it is a hot system. It is rough. But it could be worth marking. Let's see if we can do that. We put a little, no, that's not what I want. You hold down, that's what it is. Come out here and you hold down the left click and then we will create a map marker. I wish there was a question mark. I don't know, we'll put the upside down triangle. I don't know if that'll help me remember what it's about or not. Maybe Maybe this one, so I know that there's a good chance for a fight. Oh, we can give a description. Revisit in force. That's what I'm going to say there. And create. Okay, there we go. So I have this little guy, revisit in force. Awesome. I haven't done that before. That was great. It gives us a little marker here. All right. So it sounds like our goal now, though, is to return to Galatia, and it is out. Oh, no, we can get to Galatia. So we'll do that. Galatia Academy. We want to get these guys home. And I'm not going to fly through the sun to get there, and there was a lot of traffic to get there, so we are going to use the transverse jump. I'm going to click that. It takes a few seconds, but basically we will jump into hyperspace from this spot. And then we can reestablish sustained burn and just have at it. I will do what I can to avoid the major parts of the storms. And the clouds. So you'll notice we're down to 17 from 20, and we'll jump back up here when we're in the clear again. So that's what it costs you when you pass through that. It's a percentage from what I understand. So if you're going slower, it can be a little more painful, sort of. I don't think it's just always 3 points. And we'll go right through the heart of that one. Those storms do accelerate you, but I have not really been able to suss out if it saves you fuel or not, because your fuel expense goes up while you're doing those. And so that's, yeah, I'm just not sure. I don't know if fuel is a fixed value for distance or if speed is a factor. When you hit the streams, you do save fuel in those. That is certain. So we're going to jump. And we're right there. Look at that. And we go to the academy. Let's talk to Sebastian. Sebastian looks twitchy. Hello, Captain. So good to see you. The replacement team from the phase physics department, they're glad to be back home. Haha. A long pause. There's a bit of a problem with your mission file. It seems like his eyes focus on something, knows someone just off the screen. He gives you the smallest of nods to this other party, then turns his attention back to you. To this other party, sorry. Then turns his attention back to you. All the data is irreparably erased. And I cannot emphasize enough that the Academy considers this matter highly sensitive, and starts reading off a data pad. All intellectual property, novel methods, patented devices, and other means observed in the course of carrying out this mission are deemed highly confidential. I have a feeling he's trying to get out of paying us. Although he did pay us. Okay, he doubled it. However, the Academy recognizes your exceptional service, particularly your discretion in this matter, so the office seems fit to double your mission payment. Look at that. Yeah, because that happens in the real world, right? That's all, Captain. We should discuss other matters now and not return to this subject. Okay. Well, I'm going to return to that system in the future, not today, and see what other trouble I can get in. But that'll wait for another day. And we decide to continue, inquire about available jobs. There's still the one where we would pick up the hijackers, or the kidnappers, I guess. There's some other ones. Ruins, scientific object retrieval. This one can be fun. Maybe we'll give one of those a try in the future. Ask about purchasing technology from a pather. And not right now. We'll cut the comm link. We will leave. Let's head over to Ansira. We do have our transponder on, so that should keep us out of trouble. There we go. Repair our ships. That wasn't so bad. We need to buy some fuel. And fuel is ridiculously high here, as are supplies. Outstanding. So we're going to want to go to another place to do all of that. Okay. I think this makes a good place to take a break and we will pick up in the next episode. I think we'll probably go north to Corvus and visit Jengala. That's a hegemony military base, and we can see about buying some fuel there, and maybe we'll go ahead and join the hegemony if they'll have us at this point. It gives us some extra income. We get a stipend for working with them, and a lot of times we get bonuses for defeating pirates and things like that. So it's definitely something we're going to consider, but we will consider that in the next episode. This has been Starsector, a very fun space-based game, not available on Steam. You have to go directly to the developer's website. You can buy it directly from him there. Beyond that, I want to thank you for your time this time, and until next, fair travels.